Got it. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another round of Canje Plays. Today, we're going to be giving a shot at Wandering Galaxy. Wandering Galaxy, this way. This game delivered last year sometime, but I never got a chance to really get into it because I had a bunch of other games that just kind of shuffled into the queue. So now I'm doing like this massive purge, and I'm going through all the games. I'm like, I want to play this game, give it a shot. While I'm culling a lot of games out of my collection, so I wanted to give this one a shot to see if it'll work. I played. So it's a game by Plaid Hat Games, and it's part of their Crossroads series. Personally, my favorite is Dead of Winter. I love Dead of Winter. A lot of people don't like it. They poo-poo it. They say it isn't that good. I love that game. I think it's fantastic. It's a really great worker placement game. And yeah, I really like it. I know that there was one about the ocean, like pirates or something. I never got a chance to play that one, but I did get a chance to play Freelancers. And while funny, that game was very funny. It wasn't, to me, it wasn't Dead of Winter. It wasn't Dead of Winter good, right? So I played that. I think I played 3 games of that. One of them was on stream and then 2 by myself. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm kind of done. And so Wandering Galaxy, I hear, is supposed to be kind of the next step in that. It's supposed to be a lot of fun, open world. You get to do whatever you want to do. You just have to, you can keep playing. You can build up profit to pay off your ship, and then you get going. And it also has that comedy in it, which is a lot of fun, right? So I said I wanted to give it a try and see if it'll stay in the collection. So tonight, we're here to play that. Pac-Man wasn't able to join, so it's me soloing this bad boy. Before I begin, I just want to say thanks to my patrons, subscribers, and if you're neither coming in to hang out, thank you and welcome as well. Hey, Adam, what's going on? Long time no see. Welcome back. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Hey, Mark, what's up? All right, so I put out a poll so you all can determine how my character is built. Hey, Dom. Hello. Exciting to see this. It's been on my wish list for a while, but I'm still undecided. Yeah, we'll find out today, right? So I put out a poll that was up. I put it on One Stop's Discord, Co-op Guild's Discord, and my Discord, just to see who was interested in like building my character. And I got 13 responses, which is pretty cool. And so I'll fill out and create my character form, and then we'll start playing the game. This game has an app, but you don't need it to play. You could use. They did sell a book, right? Because I backed the Kickstarter. So they did sell a book that you can get that you don't need the app for. You could just use the book and be fine. So one thing to keep in mind for people who don't like apps, you don't have to use it. There's a book for you to use, and then you could just not use the app at all. All right, so let's go ahead and get down to the table. We're gonna set up my character, set up the game, and go through kind of how this builds out. Push that button, and then I get to push. I need to move this over here. Do that, and then I can push this button. And this is my Google form of people determining my character, right? So there's a series of questions that's going to be asked for the character creation for what it's going to be. That's a surprisingly big book. It really is. So I got 13 responses for building this out. So we'll talk about the character. And I'll go through these as it sets up, right? But our character, I guess this one, is going to be a human, and you get asked these sets of questions on the side that builds out kind of how you're going to start, right? And then you just add up the number, and the highest one wins on what's on there to determine the demeanor of your character. So for this, my demeanor is chatty. Oh, that's fair. I am a content creator, so I am chatty. Let's see, I look for love in Far Out Spaces won by 53%, 53.6%, so in Far Out Spaces. So we got my favorite beverage, looks like with 61% is Balgoran Ale. Balgoran Grog, should I say. I solve problems. Let's head on that one. So head on one, that one. And finally, I would rather wear, and time goggles just kind of Pac-Man'd that entire thing. So time goggles. All right, so that was what was there. So I just circled those up. It says total your results below. Whichever letter has been circled the most determines your character's backstory and starting card from the right. For the right. So I got 2 A's and 3 B's. So I'm starting off, so B1. So let's talk about B. So B will win. My friends tell me I ask too many questions. But I'm driven to deepen my understanding of the universe. Like a lot of humans, I grew up on the skids, a descendant of nomads and refugees. I was raised by a patient and kindly bot who told me stories about the mysteries of the wandering galaxy. Now I finally got a chance to explore, and I'm going to make a name for myself. Perhaps I'll finally quench my thirst for knowledge. Gain a random sidekick from the catalog and ready it to one of the ready slots on the front of this sheet. Okay, so we grab, let's see, random sidekicks are 50, I believe. So you get the deck of random sidekicks, which is the 50s, and you give them a good shuffle. Just shuffle up the deck, and this will be our new sidekick that we get. We got a pal with us. So, random sidekick, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Yes, I sleeve my cards. No, I don't want that one. No fate. No. You will not give me that card. I'll take that one. Alright, so let's see. Put these back in the sidekick stuff and see who we got. This is our sidekick. Nan-O. Sidekick and robot. And that's a lot of blurring. Let me fix that. Let me fix all the blurring. Fixing the blur, fixing the blur. It's not like I have time to do this before the stream or anything. There we go, blur fixed. Okay, so this is our sidekick. When we use them, we'll get 2 brain icons, and then if we're doing a technical challenge with them, we get +1 to our success numbers. So Nan-O on the ready slot. So we flip over and we take a look at our character. We need a name for our character. Any names in mind, good people? Just a name for right now. We have these slots, which is item slot, item or sidekick, and item or sidekick. So this will go in our sidekick slot. So that'll go there. And we'll build out the rest of these as we go. So go Nan-O. So while y'all think of a name for me, this is what we'll do. Alright. So this, I am going to use the app because a lot of this is just freaking funny. But basically we're a human, so we get the human 10 cards that are for the humans. We get that in our hand. Before we do that, we then take the advancements. We give this a good old truffle shuffle. I don't even know how to pronounce that, Dom. Ashrop? Triple Jop? What? I have to be able to say our character's name. Steve, make it hard mode. Oh dear. Yeah, just name it. My name will be Tim. Alright, so. Yeah, that's a weird name. I need to be able to pronounce it. Alright, then we're just going to take the top 4, and this will be the potential advancement pile. So whenever we're doing advances, we get to choose out of those. I'll put this over here. And then whenever we pick one, we'll go from there. So those are advancement piles for right now. This is our deck of 10 cards that we'll shuffle up and use as we need. Look. Cool. Okay. Let's go to the app. The app. Let's see here. So I need to do this and that, and then I could do this. This is the app that comes with it. So it says, first, set your player token. So based on what you pick is kind of how the narration and the flow of the game will go. So you all determine, do you want dice? Do you want what do you call that? A fresher thing for your car? Do you want a Rubik's Cube or a Magic 8 Ball? That will be our starting token. And I have a treat for you, whichever one you pick. So, which one do you all want to go with? I'll set a poll. How about that? We'll start a poll and we'll leave it up for a few minutes. Which token? Dice. Cube. 8 ball. Or freshener. Start poll. There we go. There we go. Poll's up. Pick away. And then we will go from there. It's supposed to be kind of like a fun-filled just jaunt around the galaxy. Us trying to make money back to pay off our ship, and that's how you win the game, right? So it's just supposed to be kind of a free flow, have a good time with it game. You'll need the luck from the dice and not the anger of the dice. Alright, let's go ahead and end the poll. What do we got? The dice have won. Forgotten Waters, that's the one I haven't played. So we'll choose the dice. Yep, that's the thing that happens when you choose the dice. And we'll click start, save to continue, and then we've got our starter. So here is our audio.
The Wandering Galaxy. So named for restlessly wandering the universe, swallowing up less interesting galaxies, is very likely the most chaotic and diverse galaxy in the universe. Its proper name? Who is left to remember? You all live on Riva Station, an ancient starbase built during some long-forgotten war. Riva is a settlement now, but it isn't a nice one, and that's why you're so keen to leave. It's humid, smells a bit, and like your dad, it doesn't really work. But then, it was only meant to be a forward base during a war, not a permanent home to millions of life forms.
Yeah, it's gonna be louder than me. It's gonna be louder than me. That's just kind of how it is. It's the deep, but I turned it down a little bit so it won't be as blaring. Hopefully. So it says open the location book to page 3. Do not begin a round until instructed. All right, cool. So we'll open the page book to page 3. And give ourselves a little zoom on the book. So we're at Riva Station, and basically how this lines up is these are the actions that you can take. They tell you not to look at this, but whatever. You can, because based on what you pick, this is what you're going to do. When you see blue spaces like this, right, then that means only one character can do that action. But when you see spaces like this with green, then multiple characters can do that action. So let's hear some more. Let's hear some more story. True story.
The lot of you have decided to pool your resources and buy a ship, which would be great if you had any resources. That is why you've all taken the lift to Rustport, Riva's worst neighborhood, to talk to Octoff, the owner of the Triton Hotel. A hotel no one actually sleeps in, if they want to wake up with all of their internal organs, that is. Octoff is a loan shark, who weirdly isn't a shark at all. You want to borrow some money from him, buy a ship, then pay it off right away by being successful spacers. Should be easy. After all, one of you has a cousin who's a spacer and she's an idiot.
Jeez. Okay, so so it says place an action token. which is one of these. Place an action token on this one. So this indicates that one player must select this action. Next, place a lock token, which is one of these, on 6. That one, prep the ship. This indicates no player can select this action. Once done, begin a round in the location book. So the round that begins in the location book is we get to select, but one person has to go here, and then the rest can go anywhere. I'm playing solo. So let me zoom back out. I'm playing solo, right? So when you play solo, you get 2 companions. These are pre-selected for you. One of them is Tress. So this is Tress. Whenever you do a test with her, she will have this symbol and that symbol. If you're doing a sneak test, she gets +1 success to that. And then if you're doing a fight test, I'm not sure what that symbol means yet, but I will find out. But it says +1 to whatever that is. So that's kind of what she does. Our other companion that we're going to have with us is going to be Bugs. And so he's a sidekick. He will have red and blue. When he has to do a pilot check, he gets +1 to it. When he has to do a target check, he gets +1 to it. So those are those 2. Now you have to assign these 2 characters to a part of the ship. So this is all the ship here. And when we get our ship, we'll run into it. But let's just say for right now, Bugs is going on navigation, and Tress is going on logistics. Okay, so she will handle logistics, and Bugs will handle navigation. Alright, so now we need to do our actions. And basically on this, Tress, Bugs, and myself get to pick what actions we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and set myself to do that action, because that's something that we have to do. And here you'll see the symbols that kind of tell you something a little bit about what these things have to do. So we'll have Bugs go to the Torbot's nest, and we'll have Tress explore Rustport. How about that? So we'll have them do that. Then, after you do that, you start from the top down as you're doing actions. So I go first in terms of what I need to do. So we go back to the app. Why are you being weird? Oh, there we go. Yep, this is telling me the same thing. Done. It's supposed to give... So how this works out is it gives you 45 seconds to do it. You don't have to do the timer. I choose not to. So we'll just deal with what's there. And then the tutorial says, now begin on page 3. There are 3 phases in planning, actions, and end of round, which is on there. First, the planning phase, where each player will choose what they want to do, which I just did. You won't resolve your actions yet for now. You're just planning them out. Then we pick what we're going to do. It tells us, I already talked to you about all of that. And I basically did part of the tutorial, and now it's stuck. In addition to placing your character standees, also place each apprentice, which I just did. And then in the action phase, you resolve what's in the book. You do what's on the side. And you live your life. Cool. So, we're going to do mine, which is, it says visit Octave. Which you can't see because I did that. So it says visit Octave, do entry 133. So we're going to do 133 and submit that. And then listen to what we have to say.
Octave has his tentacle in just about every major game in town, but he wields his influence from the lounge of the Triton Hotel. You see him at his booth in the back, a lackey whispering into his ear holes. You try to approach, but a sharp-dressed tower of muscle bars your way, thick arms crossing his chest. On his lapel is a gold name tag with Manny printed on it.
Move along, scum.
So now we need to determine what we're going to do, right? We can try to sneak past Manny or try to intimidate Manny. Well, I'm not good at sneaking, but I can communicate, so we're going to try to intimidate Manny. So this says, to gain 1 perk, collect the indicated number that's there. At the end of skill check, you may return any number of your perk tokens to supply to add 1 to your total for each. Done. Cool. You straighten up and try to look tough. So we gain a perk for trying to do that. So that means I gain one of these, right, as a perk when I'm trying to do it. So that goes on there. And then I make a swagger check trying to get either the red hand or the blue symbol, right? So how you do checks. Ear holes. Great place to join the playthrough. Yeah. So how you do is you shuffle these up and you draw the top 3 cards. So I'm shuffling up the deck, and then I'm going to draw the top 3 cards, 2, 3, and we'll reveal those top 3. So I'm doing a swagger check. I don't see anything that gives me any buffs on swagger. This is more for technical. So we flip over what we have, which is 1, pretty good. That's okay, and then pretty. So what we're looking for is reds and blues. So I got 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to spend this to make it 4. So I've gotten 4 successes on what I'm trying to do. We go back to the app, because this is basically explaining the same thing. Yeah. I told you how to do all of that. And if we had cards to play that had those symbols, yeah, we'll do all that good stuff, but we don't need to, so go away. Oh, God. I gotta go through the whole damn thing, don't I? Done resolving play effects. Next. Alright, so we got 4, right? If we look at our stuff, 1, 2, 3, and then the +1 for 4.
You put on your best, "Don't push me because I'm crazy and you don't want a piece of this" face. Then puff out your chest. But then Manny puffs out his chest and knocks you to the floor. You give your best conciliatory expression and chuckle like this was all a misunderstanding between friends. "Manny must be short for manhandle, huh?" The large guard leans down and clears his sizable throat.
Move along, scum.
So we did not pass a test, so we gain a stress. So we're going to gain a 12 card, which is a stress. And this will go to our discard pile. Stress cards, basically, is the stress status that we get. So it gives us +1. So it says, when we play this card, if you play 2 or more stress cards into the skill check, do not count their icons, return them to the card catalog, and gain an injured card. So we can build stress to do stuff if we want to gain a +1 by doing that, but that's okay. So this will go to our discard with these, and this will return. Cool. And then we continue on with our story, basically.
Octoff leers at you from his back booth, water sloshing over the sides of his glass tank. He waves a pink tentacle at you.
"Manny, bring that little freshie over here."
The large guard complies, and Octoff looks you over.
"Speak up, kid."
You stand up and try your best at looking like a trustworthy business partner. "My friends and I hoped you'd lend us money to buy a ship." Octoff gives a gentle smile and looks over at the woman sharing his booth.
"Just sign your name and the Zephyr, a sweet little ship I have, is yours. Bay 17. It's an oldie but goodie. A few installments will square us, which shouldn't be too hard for an enterprising thing like yourself. Heck, I've got a job for you that will help right away."
You feel uneasy, but you'll be damned if you're going to spend the rest of your life on Riva Station.
Just bring that little thing on over here. What? Anyway. So gain the nickname Freshie. So I have a nickname Freshie. I'll put that on here. So I guess that'll be my nickname. Gain item card 20. So let's gain item card 20. Bring that little thing on over here. What? That's funny. I'm sorry. That's just funny. Alright. So item 20. Item 20 is all this. This is all kind of random stuff that you can get. So when you see a bunch of item 20s, you just shuffle, or a bunch of things that have multiple, you shuffle them up and you pick one. Voice acting. You are fantastic. I already like this game. So shuffle this up. Ooh. Alright, then we'll just grab anyone, I don't care. We'll grab that guy. And put these back. And what did we get? We got a blast visor. When you would gain a stress, you may dismiss this card instead. It's an item. So it says gain an item card, so we could put this as in an item slot. And when we have to do a test that we have to gain this, we already have the symbols that we can use for this, which is pretty cool. Voice actress is pretty famous in video games. She was a guardian in Breath of the Wild, among other things. Oh, really? That's cool. That's very cool. Alright, rules note. There are multiple different cards, number 20. When gaining a 20 card, unless a specific version is named, choose one randomly. Choose to either ready this item by placing it at the bottom of your character slot or put it at the top of your discard pile. I'm going to ready it, which is what I just did. Thank you for the opportunity. We won't let you down, sir. I'll say thank you for the opportunity. This is just too funny. Congratulations, you now have a ship, a job, and plenty of soul-crushing debt. Lock action 0-1 and place a lock token on it. Okay, so we'll grab a lock token. This is now locked to us. Alright, gotcha. Unlock action 0-6 and move your standee there. If playing with 5 to 6 players, you must choose another player to move there instead. So this goes here, and then I'm down at the ship. Living a dream! Then Octov has also generously given you your first job. Gain job card 071, the crap job. I mean, sure, why not? 071. There's a lot of 070s. Crap job. So this is our first job. The crap job. So Scion Nebula, Gesmora, and Serbi 4. Step 1. Octov has sent us to the Scion Nebula for something he calls the crap job. So we need to travel to the Scion Nebula. Once we get there, then we'll go to step 2, and then we'll go to step 3. Profit, it looks like per asteroid token delivered. Okay, cool. So this is one of our jobs. Here is the job board. That's here. And we'll put a navigation point on the Scion Nebula. Scion Nebula, that's here. Yeah, might as well the crap job. So we can have up to 3 jobs, as you can see. We can have 3 jobs that we can do, that you can have. After that, you can't, or you have to lose. Navigation should read step 1 of this card to the other players and then make it an active job by placing it in the empty job slot navigation board. Then place the job slot's matching color waypoint ring on the galactic star map. Hey, look, I did that already. So cool. Done. Okay, so that ended that action. Then we go to the next one, which is 03. And 03 says, explore Rustport. And let's get back up there. Explore Rustport. Choose one option. Holo Games, Grift, buy cargo, or sell cargo. She's sneaky, so let's grift somebody. We can grift someone, right? Yeah, let's do some grift. Enter 137. So we'll do 137.
Rustport is an overcrowded sprawl of beings from all corners of the galaxy. It's just the kind of place where villains can exploit those who are most vulnerable. Villains like you. You decide to earn some spare credits through the age-old craft of picking pockets.
It's the only way to live. So we get a perk token. So we'll get our perk token. And then it says, make a sneak test looking for the same thing that we had before. Okay, cool. So we'll make a sneak test. We draw 1, 2, 3. She also has, if you see on her card here, when she performs a sneak test, she also gets +1. So we'll get another +1 for the sneak test. And then we flip 1 to 3. Okay, so this card says play, draw another card, and rep +1. Draw another card or rep +1. Let's draw another card. Let's try our luck here. All right. Okay, I think we got some good numbers here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How about that? So we got 6. 5 plus.
You navigate the bustling thoroughfare before spying a frail old plague walking with a cane, a swollen wallet poking out of an unguarded rear pocket. You are about to swoop behind the oldster when you notice another pickpocket moving in to do the exact same thing. So you hold back and let them rob the plague, before then picking the stolen wallet out of the thief's own pocket. It's almost like you're some kind of hero, if you didn't then go buy yourself something nice.
I mean, so we gain another random 20 card, and I shuffled those up. I just need to put these out so I can just draw from them when I need. Oof. Because I shuffled them up already, but I gotta look at some of them, so I'm gonna reshuffle. And then I'll put them over here somewhere, and I'll just draw from that. What do we get? Warp Jacket. When you would gain an injured card as a result of a work the ship action, ignore it. Oh, cool. And says there are multiple different cards, shuffle, choose to either equip it or put it in your discard pile. So I'm going to equip this one as well because now I'm full up on gear. Alright, that is that. We're done, and then now this will go. You will go back, and then we have to discard these. And now we do this one, which is the Torbat's Nest. Intimidate barkeep. Make a swagger check. Oh crap! All right, so we're making a swagger check. You are not swaggerish. So we've got swagger check. All right, well, we got one. Actually, this is on me. This is your problem. So we've got 1, 2. That's the 2 symbols that they have. And then 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6. Almost one more. Almost. Ooh. We're 1 away from what we want, but I'm going to go with the 6, 141.
You hold up a deck of whiz-kill cards in front of the bartender.
How about this? You and I play whiz-kill. If I win, I get a free drink. If you beat me, well, I'll pay you double for that drink.
The bartender nods its head.
Deal.
You never stood a chance, and grumble through the worst game of whiz-kill you've ever played.
I can't believe you're playing a greasy burger deck. Everyone knows a greasy burger build is OP.
You tap your deck.
Now, a Green Fairy Power Made deck, that's a finesse deck.
And I hope one day you will learn finesse. Until then, I win.
You grudgingly pay the bartender. The upside is you meet an eager bar patron who's keen to sign up to fly alongside a spacer like you. Sure, they just hope to steal your Whizkill collection later, but for now, you've got some help.
Mother of God. Gain sidekick 50. This is not what I wanted. Alright, so we're going to gain another random sidekick, it looks like. So let's shuffle up the sidekick deck. This is not going well. I was one away. I took the risk that it would be okay, and I failed. Alright, shuffle these up. Wow. Alright, I got a sidekick. So let's see the sidekick that I just got. Schmo. Schmo. After you gain a stress card, supplies +1. Schmo. I got Schmo. So Schmo's going in my discard pile. Alright, then we're done. Okay. Then we get finally to prep ship. So it says resolve a ship service option from the ship log. Okay, I probably should have had that up. And then it says enter 143. So we do that first before entering 143. So we're going to resolve a ship service option from the ship log. Ship log 13. That is this. This is the ship's log. And we have to do a ship service option from the ship log. Ship services. We can repair, reload, hold upgrade, ship upgrade, or weapon upgrade. Let's see. Remove 1 token from any ship's station. Let's go to ship log 13. This is where the tutorial would have been helpful. When directed to mark something on the ship's log, logistics is responsible for following those instructions. So we can do ship upgrade. Sometimes player will have an opportunity to upgrade a ship. We don't have that. Buy cargo. Sometimes players will have an opportunity to buy cargo. We don't have that. Let's see. We can repair. Nothing to repair. Nothing to reload. It's just kind of what it is. So it's not really much we could do. Yeah, it's not really much we could do since we're starting. So let's go to 143.
You make your way to Bay 17 and behold the rusty postal freighter from a bygone era. You shake your head, wondering if the ship can even survive takeoff. Before you can inspect your new vessel, you're approached by an elderly boggin with shaky hands and a stoop.
Excuse me, are you a spacer?
No, I mean, yes.
Oh, thank goodness. I need your help. The name's Wink Salami Buster, and I need to hire a crew of spacers to escort the barge my son works on. He's embarrassed I'm doing this, but you know how 40-year-olds value their independence.
Sorry, we already have a job. We're heading to Gasmora to collect some rare poop for Octov.
Listen, that slippery squid only cares about making profit. As long as you're bringing in money, he'll be happy. And what sounds more fun, scooping poop or helicopter parenting?
Who did this? What? Okay. Gain job card 70. So job card 70 is also a random set of jobs. Good lord. So we're going to gain a random job as well. I mean, I could scoop. I lost the straight face challenge already. So we'll shuffle this up. And choose a new job. Let's get that one. I'll put these jobs this way. Alright, so we got a new job. Free bots at Ad Ostium. A group of bots calling themselves the Unprogrammed have been imprisoned on Ad's Ostium. You've been hired to free them and smuggle their leader off the station. Travel to Ad Ostium. Alright, so that is our second job. Ad Ostium is over here. So that's where that job's located. Salami Buster is my favorite. Wink Salami Buster? What? We did this, so I can get rid of these. Okay, so this is our player token. Okay. Salami Buster, good lord. Okay, so it says new players in each session of Wandering Galaxy will attempt to earn 7 profit before the threat dial reaches 7. There are many ways to accomplish this, but doing jobs is one of the most reliable. While Octov has given you a job, you are free to make their way in the galaxy however you see fit. There are multiple different cards numbered 70. In this case, specifically retrieve the... Oh, Escort Shipping Barge. That's the one I should be getting. Okay. Escort Shipping Barge. That one. That's what I should be getting. In this case, take Escorting Shipping Barge. Navigation should read step 1, which it says Anomaly Outpost. When this job is activated, place the waypoint ring on any anomaly location on the galaxy star map. So this will go on an anomaly instead. What's the closest anomaly? There's one here, 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 and here. We'll go up here. That's where we'll put it. Step 1. A supply shipment headed towards the outer spin needs an escort through uncharted space. Travel to the chosen anomaly location. That's what we should do. Then place that job slot and mark the anomaly. Cool.
On board the ship, you inspect the cluttered bridge and discover an engraved plaque. With a cursive flair, it spells out, the Zephyr.
Hello, I am Sina, this ship's AI.
You jump at the sound of the voice, then realize it's coming from all around.
Holy moly, this piece of crap has an AI?
Thank you. I think.
I thought you were all shut down.
That is true. This one got passed over, however, which has been a real problem. I've had to update my own OS for the last couple of centuries.
Oh, gods. How's that gone?
I think I taste colors now, so that's a thing. And every now and then, a bit of code gets stuck in an infinite loop. But I've assured myself I'm mostly fine.
You grimace and silently acknowledge that one gets what one pays for.
Anything else?
We're an almost stock PHG-04 postal freighter. There were a couple of service spots, but I haven't seen the cook in 2 years.
2 years?
Give or take a couple years. I can't keep time.
Meep. Moop.
You're startled by a voice from behind and turn to see a thin, reedy-looking robot with a head mirror.
That's just Patch, the ship's med unit. He's harmless. Unless you're sick, that is.
This is your new ship. It doesn't look like much, but it's a start.
Incredible. Alright, so we're done. And we're back here. Okay. So we have finished. Go ahead and hide this. Put this ship thing over here. And we're ready to party. Alright. Okay, let's grab our book. Because we resolved everything there, and then it says round ends, so the round's over, so we go to 144.
Everyone gets aboard the ship, and while perhaps a little disappointed, you are each excited to begin a new chapter of your lives. Everyone takes a moment to introduce themselves to Sina and Patch. Just then, the telltale sound of gunfire echoes through the bay, and you each hurry to investigate. Running toward you, carrying an armload of food supplies, is a janky-looking robot with a peg leg and a missing eye lamp, chased by an angry trio of spacers.
Wait for me, mateys!
That's Cookie. Looks like he's gotten into trouble with Dweezil Griff's crew. We'll need to move it. Prepping thrusters now.
Cookie leaps awkwardly onto the cargo ramp just in time. Slag bolts clang against the hull of the ship as you gape at the bot. Cookie gapes back at you.
Cena, who the blazes are these barnacles?
Pass the first player token to the left so it just comes to me. Check the Dweezil Grift box in the wanted by section of the ship log. Okay, so on the ship log, which is here, Dweezil Grip. So we check there saying that they're wanted. Good lord, this game. Alright. And Dan. The first player must choose a player to pilot the ship out of the hangar for the first time. The chosen player gains +1 and must make a pilot check with yellow and blue. Alright, well, we got a pilot, which is you, good sir. And you get +1. And then when you're a pilot, you get +1 as well. That's why I chose you as a pilot. And we need to make a pilot check, which means we'll grab this, reshuffle. So this is kind of like a deck builder as well. Ash was a good fit considering all the names we're hearing. That's true. Tweezil Diddlekirk. And that will be somebody's name sometime in the future. Tweezil Dizzlekirk. Alright, so we've got 2. We need to, it looks like we need to beat a 5. Alright. So let's do 1, 2, that's not looking good. 3. So we need blue and yellow. So you already have 1 blue. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we beat it. So we got 5. Sweet.
The ship's thrusters sputter and cough as it rises slowly off the landing platform, then lists dangerously toward one side. You quickly adjust the control grips, narrowly missing a few stacks of cargo marked shipping crates. You ease the ship forward toward space. A red light flashes on the console.
Cena, what's that angry light for?
Don't believe it's lies. Just kick the console a couple times.
The ship passes through the hangar until finally, with a gentle shake, it pulls free of the station, and all of you float out into the silent vacuum of space, free for the first time in your lives. Sort of.
The player who performed the check gains 1 rep. Okay, so rep, and I gotta zoom in here. If you look down on this sheet, this is the reputation track that's right here, right? So in descending order, complete each reputation track before moving on to the next. So we're at Greenhorn, and we just gain 1 rep. So we gain 1 rep there, right? And when we fill up this track, we gain a rank bonus, which will give us this, and then we'll move on to the next track, which will give us a rank bonus. Based on which rank we are at the end of the game, we have an ending that will determine what will be of us. So we gained 1 right there. Alright, so have operations close the location book, travel to the galactic star map. Alright, so we're back. Close the book. And we're at the star map. New travel on the galactic star map. New players, whenever you travel, engineering must spend 3 power. If the ship does not have enough power, you may spend life support or supplies to make up the difference. Move the ship on the galactic star map along a space lane to a new location, then enter the location code in the app. So we're starting here. There's a big old ship that they give you that you put on there like it's massive for the map. So instead, I'm just using this token instead. So we are I mean, we could go to the crap job. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it says that we need to use 3 power to move through. We've only got 6 power to start, which isn't that great. So we can only move 2 spaces, basically. And see what we can do for fuel. a crap job for Ashprop. So we're going to move... Yeah, it says whenever you travel, you must spend 3 power. If the ship does not have enough power, you may spend life support or supply. So move the ship on the galactic map along a space lane to a new location, then enter the map. So I'm wondering if this is... Let me look up in the book here. Because I'm learning this just like y'all are. I didn't sit here. I wanted it to be a surprise for me for the map. Let's make sure we play it right. Traveling on the map. Choosing a course! Consult the galactic map. Spend 3 power by having engineering lower the power by 3. When traveling as a ship does not have enough power, you may have logistics spend 1 supply, or science spend 1 life support for each power you could not. If life support on the science station reaches 0, immediately enter the code below the life track. So this is life support. And this is logistics for supplies. Move the ship to the new location. This says I on the map, and enter the code at the bottom location of J. So it says you move... Okay, so well, what about the spaces? I just moved from one to the other. Okay, so I'm just going to move to Inkwell and spend 3, going down to 3 power to go there. Once you've entered a new location app, it will provide you with story and instructions. Sometimes those instructions will direct players to turn to a page in the location book. Traveling on the map. Sometimes the game will direct players to travel on a mini-map on a location book. Okay, cool. Cool, let's do it. So we went to 320. It's 320. Oh, it's 420. 420 is the other thing. It's 420 somewhere. So 320. Oh, here you have to do this if it's the thing. So this looks like deep space. That's the space that we move through. Okay.
The Zephyr enters deep space, and you turn your attention to the sensors to see what's out there.
Is there a waypoint? No. Draw a token from the bag and apply its effects. What is the current state of the galactic struggle? The galactic struggle is here, and it's at unease. So we need to draw a token from the bag. And we drew this symbol. And that symbol, as I said, I'm learning with the rest of us. We're all learning together. General ship damage. When one of these tokens is drawn, unless the game directs otherwise, the first player must choose a station that they control to place that damage token on. The token remains on that station until it's repaired, at which point it is returned to the draw bag. The repair symbol is a reminder that it can be repaired with a work the ship action. Alright, so this goes... We'll put this on... We'll put this on operations. It'll be on operations. Okay.
The Zephyr passes quietly through the silent darkness. A gentle tune wafts through the ship as each of you, sitting in your rooms alone, consider the events of your lives that have led you to this moment. As montages go, it's okay.
Need a montage! Alright, so we're going to get +1. All players gain a +1, but it's just me. Pass the player to me. You may gain risk +1 to work the ship, then travel to the galactic star. Risk? My good people. Risk. Risk. Security damage. Risk is 13. You see how well this thing goes if you have an index? When one of these tokens is drawn, increase threat by 1 and remove the token from the bag, returning it to the supply. The symbol is... So basically we're going to add a risk to the bag. Sure, why not? We will add a risk, which is one of these symbols, to the bag. To do a work the ship action. This says work the ship repair. Make a repair check. So a brain and eye. I'll just do it because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I do 1, 2, 3. He would. Oh, he has to go on my. I think that he has to go as a sidekick. I don't think he. Oh no, he would be red. So I could gain a rep. And I can do, so how much do we have? I have, if I have 5, I could fix, I need 5 to be successful. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this I will gain a rep. Cool. And then it says I have 5+, I just remove this token. So I do not believe this goes back into the bag. I don't believe it does, but let me check. I'm learning. Repair. Operations. Operations 12. So operations. Yeah, it says remove the token, but I don't think the token goes back into the bag. The symbol reminder that it can be repaired at the work the ship action. Some stations have additional. Yep, so it's just removed. Okay. Cool. Removed. And then it says travel back to the map. Ooh, what's this thing for? Oh, that's if we're doing a discovery. Alright, so we are then going to... We were here. And then we're going to spend another 3 power, going down to no power, to go to 320.
We're coming up on the inkwell, entering its anomalous zone now. Remember, once we enter the anomaly proper, things are going to get weird. It's best to remain calm and just get this over with.
The inkwell, a massive black spot in space, is not a black hole. In fact, it is a relatively new phenomenon still being studied. This inky sphere into which starlight does not pass is believed to be some kind of temporal distortion field, though no one knows how it came to be.
Alright, so draw a token from the bag and apply its effects. This says injured, gain card 011. Gross. Gross. Not going good. Not going good. Not going good. So injured. So it says play rep +1. Instead of discarding this card, you may return it to the catalog. If you do, fill in a scar on your character sheet. That goes in our discard. Is there a waypoint here? No.
You spot something out a port-side viewport.
What the helix is that?
Cookie clomps over.
Ain't nothing out there, matey. Best not to look.
No, seriously. Everyone, look over there.
Others join in looking out the viewport, but nobody else seems to see what you saw. You attempt to convince them to investigate.
All right, so we're going to be doing... First player's going to make a communicate check for looking for just blue. So I'm going to do the communicate check. I get +1 for that communicate. And it's just blue we're looking for. I've got 1 blue. 1, 2, 3. Oh, boy. So it's just blue and I just have 1. This gives me +1, the stress does. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. That's all I got. That's all I got for you. Ooh, looks like this isn't here.
You set a course following bearings that only you can perceive.
I hope you know what you're doing, Spacer.
Yeah, me too, Cena. After several hours traveling this new course, nobody can really argue with your perception. In the viewport, everyone can now make out a roiling vortex pulsating with a sickly yellow-green energy.
Meep. Moop.
That's what we're going to find out, Patch.
Make it quick. The energy that thing's putting out is straining the ship. The question is that maelstrom part of the inkwell or something else?
All players must make a technical group skill check, needing brain, and we need 6. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1. There's our 6. That's our 6. Whew! We got our 6.
Cena, these readings make no sense. Is the energy from the vortex messing with them?
Possible. The sensors seem to be functioning just fine focused on anything else. There's too much to theorize. I mean, this could be an extra-dimensional portal and our sensors simply can't measure what they can't perceive. Whatever the case, it's time to move.
Okay, resume original course. I'm gonna shop these readings around. We might be able to sell them to the Cha outpost. Or Ferrix. Ferric would probably pay for this data.
Alright, so we get a few things here. So let me do this as we get them. So it says gain 1 science project. So when we gain 1, I believe we take 1 at random, which I shuffled those up. Science. Science! Where are we? When directed to gain a science project, science is responsible for taking a random face-down science project token from the supply, and without looking at its back, placing it on the research start space at the bottom of the research track C. So we'll take this one, and we put it here at research start. Each time science performs a research action, they may choose 1 science token that is on the track and move it up 1 space. When a science project reaches the top space of the research track, turn that science project token face up to reveal it. Enter its code in the app and return it face down to the supply. So we gain 1 science project, so we put it there. We gain 1 profit. Yeah, buddy. We gain +1 risk. So we gain another risk added to the bag. Life support goes down by 1. Pass the player token to the left, and you may gain another risk to work the ship and travel to the galactic star. Then we're going to gain another risk because we need fuel, and we're going to work the ship here to gain power, to gain 4 power. Then we go back to the ship, and we're going to spend 3 power, 1, 2, 3, to move to Ross system at 321.
We're approaching the Raw system. Should I enter or chart a course through it?
The Raw system is comprised of a neutron star encircled by a gas torus ring. In the brilliant blue starlight, The gas torus appears like a ring of smoke. The heart of the ring is a breathable atmosphere, and there lies the enormous skyship Hollis, home to the Frey people. The nearby barren planet of Bursa contains numerous fascinating ruins from ancient Frey history, and the Boxy Archipelago is a string of drifting islands, home to Frey farmers, sky fishers, and moisture harvesters.
Okay, so we're going to draw a token from the bag and see if we want to enter the system after doing what this says. So, beep, boop, beep. That doesn't look good. -2 to life support. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. And then we're gonna enter the raw system. Very good. I'll bring us in. Is there a waypoint ring there? No.
As the Zephyr enters the misty gases, sensors go offline, but Sina maintains your course. The gas turns to a thin mist and then clears to reveal Ra's radiant blue-white light. Lush green asteroids float in the distance, and flocks of airborne creatures move in fish-like formation. A telepathic voice pops into your heads.
Invading ship! You have entered Frey space! Please state your purpose.
We're tourists and traders seeking safe harbor.
What is your destination?
What is your name? What is your quest? We're gonna do land on Halos. That's what we're gonna do.
You feel your minds being probed, and you try not to think any sexy thoughts.
Very well, Zephyr. The skites shall guide you in.
The Zephyr is soon surrounded by a dozen small, colorful wind-powered aircraft, each piloted by a Frey youth. No two crafts are the same, with some sporting magnificent fins, while others have long, undulating tails. Your escort takes you to Hollis, a massive city-sized skyship that is central to Frey society and home to the Windwards, the Elder Council. It is a majestic sight to behold.
Okay, so we're going to turn to page 19 in the book and put a marker on 1 and then begin the round. All right. Page 19 in the book. Welcome to Hollis. We're going to put... Someone has to attend the gathering. Our options are float the market, dip in the springs, join in the skite races, go sky fishing, talk to the locals, or trade. We will... What's this? There's not a lot of talking. I mean, talking to the locals, potentially. Attend the gathering. We'll have our sneaky sneakerson, maybe. This potentially give us a sidekick. This float the market might give us some stuff. A dip in the springs might be nice. That looks like some research that could happen there. We're going for a dip in the springs. Yeah, we'll go for a dip in the springs. The injury might help. You're right, Wolfie. And then we'll go sky fishing. Why not? All right, so take it from the top. So 1, it says go to 182.
As you're checking the moorings, a rubbery pudgeon drifts up, propelled by gases released from, well, its butt. The Pudgeon hands you a scroll before sputtering off to wherever it came from. You unfurl the scroll and read it aloud.
As is our custom, we request a member of your organization attend a gathering of the Windwards.
A glowing waypointer at the bottom of the summons shows you the way. You turn to pass the scroll off to someone else, but everyone else has scampered off, leaving you stuck with the less glamorous task.
So the bug just farted away from us. That's what happened. So the galaxies thing is unease. I think it's a loading issue. Like, it should play, but it should show some form of loading. Alright, well, I'll read this one. You catch a gray loop that pulls you to the Windward compound. A Fray attendant greets you by name at the entrance. You take the attendant's arm, a polite gesture often extended to foreigners unaccustomed to the lack of gravity, and float into the spherical council chambers where a half-dozen elder Windwards wait floating. Wow! Do you guys do this for every visiting ship? That seems like a lot of work. Spacer, forgive this usage of your time, but one of our laws passed more than a millennia ago requires we introduce ourselves personally to each visitor. And you keep that law? Changing it is illegal. We will proceed alphabetically. An hour later, you nod your head politely as yet another family tree is presented to you. So we will gain a +1. We will lock location 1. And we're done. Okay, so we finished with that. You come on back. Then you're going to go to a dip in the springs. A dip in the springs. Choose one. Resolve a crew service option from your character sheet. Study, which will do supplies -1, science project +1, or try the dark water. So we could rest to resolve a crew service option from the character sheet. A crew service option. We could donate biomatter. So in the crew service options, we could donate biomatter to gain +2 supplies, train to lose 1 and draw a card and gain a card, treat wounds, remove all status cards from your draw and discard piles, then reshuffle. This is the one that y'all saying. So we lose 1 supply. So we lose a supply to remove all status for the crew service. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll lose a supply. Remove all stati, stress and injury. And then reshuffle the deck. Okay. And these are gone. So that is the rest. So you're done. And then go sky fishing. All players of this action resolve their actions simultaneously. All players at this action gain a perk and enter 187.
You agree to go sky fishing with some friendly fray. You meet them at the sky docks and board their sleek yacht. Soon you're soaring through the skies. The mist clinging to you sharpens your senses, and you help the fray crew search for their quarry.
Alright, so all players of the action make a hunt group check. We're looking for red and yellow, and we need 6. 1, that's not 1. 2, that's just 1. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, hey, hey! 5 and 6. Moo-ha. Moo-ha-ha-ha.
You eventually spot a flock of skyfin numbering in the hundreds, and the chase is on. The fray captain calls for you to take your places working the nets and spear casters. That's when things get wild. Skyfin are as big as Tremok, but they are agile and can turn on a dime. The entire flock changes direction and heads straight at the yacht.
It's grenade time. Work the nets, wheel the spear coasters, or it's grenade time. I'm not even going to remotely put up a poll to ask you what I should pick. I'm just going to click it.
The flock heads right for you, and like practiced professionals, you cast aside your spears in unison and pull out the grenades. The skyfin are so tightly grouped, they don't stand a chance as you toss the explosives into their midst. Then you, the yacht, and the entire crew are pelted by a hailstorm of blood, guts, and mutilated skyfin parts until everything is drenched in gore. It is a silent ride back to Hollis.
Worth it! So we gain a risk. Worth it! We gain a risk. And we gain 3 supply. 2, 3. Cool. Worth it! Can't enter card, remove a token from any station. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so that is the end of what you've done. And we hit end of round, so we're going to 190.
We leaving already? You know, this may be the only place I've docked where I've enjoyed my stay. What's next?
Good question, Cena. Let's get a safe distance away from the skyship, and then we can decide.
A smarter person would have refueled, but I'm not that smart a person. So pass it, remove all pieces, and close the book. I'm not a smarter person. Then go to next. A voice once again enters your mind. Are you satisfied, Zephyr Crew? What are your intentions now? Let's land on Bursa. Let's do that.
Why Bursa?
Adventure, really. But we know the planet is important and promise not to mess with cultural stuff. Or blow it up.
You feel your minds being probed, and you try not to think anything embarrassing.
Very well, Zephyr. But we will be watching.
Thank you.
You approach the planet, and the ship begins to rattle.
The planet's gravity well is anomalous, but with sensors acting weirdly in the torus, I'm not entirely certain why. Be careful, spacers.
The first player chooses a player to gain a perk. I'll give it to me, because I'm everybody. And then choose the pilot, which we have a pilot who gains a +1 for pilot checks, to do a check for yellow and purple. I've got 2. Ooh, we need like 7. I got 2. Adding these 2 won't do any different for me, so 2. We fail horribly.
The ship is pelted by dust and small chunks of floating rock, unavoidable in the thick gases being drawn from Bursa into the torus of Ra. You finally spot a patch of flat, windswept land and make your final approach. Unfortunately, a chunk of minerals the size of a space refrigerator escapes your notice and rips into the side of the ship, making for a less than stellar landing.
Draw 2 tokens from the bag and apply their effects. Hull -1. That's not good. Injured, damn it. Get an injured card. Alright, that's no fun.
You step out into the harsh environment of the barren world and take a look around. In the distance, you see the ruins of an ancient city and begin walking toward it. Soon you reach a prominent building with an odd triangular entrance and a triangular tunnel descending into darkness. It looks promising, so you click on your lights and head down into the gloom. You follow the tunnel down for a few minutes before the silence is broken by the sound of explosive flatulence. You look up and see a pudgeon sputtering down to hover over you, just as the voice had promised. The tunnel opens into a large geometric chamber with walls covered in strange glyphs. To the north is a massive metal door with no means to open it, save a round hole in the middle. One of your crew nonchalantly sticks their hand in the hole, only to scream and pull it back out.
So there's a lot of farting going on in this thing. Gotcha. The first player must choose a player to either dismiss a ready sidekick or gain an injured card. I don't want to gain an injured card, so I'm going to dismiss Nano. When you dismiss, you just discard it. So I no longer get Nano's effect. Sad face.
That has not been opened in 20,000 years.
Suddenly, you see 10 robed figures standing in a circle around you.
The key is not on this world. It cannot be opened.
Hello there. Who might you be?
We are the Boxy, keepers of the gate.
They pull back their hoods, revealing they are Frey, only stooped and frail from the gravity and harsh conditions here on Bursa.
We might be able to blow that door for you if you wanted.
We definitely do not want that. We wait the coming of the key.
No! We don't want you to do that! I mean, I could just push the button. No! Alright, so all players must make a communication group skills check looking for blue. And the goal's 4. Well, you're my communication. When I communicate, I get +1. And I need to discard this. And then I need 4 blue. So this is enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's enough to succeed. No, I don't want you to do that.
You monks like Sylvan Ale?
We haven't had the spirit here since 9069.
Your offer of hospitality pleases them, and they welcome you into their subterranean monastery. That night, you dine on roasted pudgeon with mushroom gravy, washed down with lots of Sylvan Ale. The monks show you a sacred collection of artifacts, heavily guarded relics from Frey history that have been tended to by generations of monks who have sacrificed their lives in service to their cause. But they decide to trade them to you for more ale.
So it says you may spend up to 3 supply for each. Choose 1. Gain 1 science project. Gain 1 rare cargo token. Cargo 13. 1 of each. You may spend 3 for each. For each you spend, choose 1. Oh my VOD. Cargo. It says rare cargo. Rare cargo. There's illegal cargo. Rare cargo. Ship upgrade. I'm just looking for the tokens. Cargo tokens. Okay, what would be rare cargo tokens? This book is so chock full of helpful information that it doesn't have anything on rare cargo. When directed to gain specific cargo, logistics is responsible for adding a specific cargo token to the ship hold. A cargo may be placed on the rightmost empty space on the ship hold. In this example, the next cargo token may be placed in 7, 8. Okay. When directed to gain or lose cargo, logistics is responsible for moving the supplier up or down the ship hold. When gaining supplies, the supplies token is moved to the right, but cannot be moved into space that contains cargo. Okay. When gaining cargo, it cannot be placed. Some game effects require that one or more supplies be spent in order to resolve some beneficial effect. Buy cargo, selling cargo, illegal cargo and smuggling, asteroids. That's all it says. None about rare cargo. But there was a thing about gaining science. Science! And it says each time I do a science research action, I move it up the track. So I don't think I can. I don't think you can stack them. Yeah, I don't think you can stack them. Is it on the card? There's no card. There's no card to gain. I think that's the thing. There's no card. It's just what's there. So rare cargo. Oh. Here it is. It's on this. This, when you flip it over, it says rare hazardous cargo. Oh, this one just says rare cargo. There's rare cargo. So we get some rare cargo. And this will go into the cargo slot here. Got some rare cargo. So that costs 1 supply to do that. And I think, and we could fill up on some rare cargo if we want. Just get ourselves up some rare cargo. Do you have any more rare cargo? Yep, we can get all 3. Rare cargo. Okay.
With nothing else to see or do, you hike back to the ship when morning comes and head back out to space.
Damn it. Okay. I'm out of fuel. That's the problem. I could spend life support or for fuel. They said it was either life support or something else for fuel. I want to remain in the... Well, I gotta leave the system, right? I have to leave the system. As first player, you may gain a risk to work the ship, then travel to the galactic map. Okay, so we're going to gain a risk so we can work the ship. So we'll gain another risk. Putting a lot of risk in this bag. To work the ship, to gain 4 power, going up to 5. Then we're going to go to this Puladubaba outpost. It says it's 316.
Nearing Pludoka Outpost.
The structure ahead of you is old but well maintained. Its sides are covered in a competing jumble of glowing signs, holo ads, and drive-through sales ports. Pludoka Outpost attracts a mix of spacers, from ambitious explorers and prospectors to scientists and cargo haulers.
Draw a token from the bag, resolve it, and there's no waypoint. Okay, so... Part of our ship's getting damaged. We're going to operations again. Okay.
Shall we dock here or move on?
Let's dock here.
Pludoka is a popular rest stop, despite being located on an out-of-the-way edge of the galaxy. This is primarily due to its gaudy but entertaining attractions. Immediately after exiting the hangar, you hear the music thumping out of Pludopia, the largest lounge on the outpost. The place is busy, and the food smells enticing. It's hard not to feel like you're missing out.
We're going to continue to outpost services.
Like most outposts, Pludoka is a great place to run errands or purchase new parts for your ship. You can also sell off any goods you have, though Pludoka's isolation means cargo is rarely available to purchase.
In turn order, each player may resolve either a cruise service option from their sheet or a ship service option from the ship log. So we get to do that first before we talk about if we want to sell cargo. So a cruise service, not really. That would be getting us more supply. A ship service, we could repair that. We could upgrade the ship. Or we could upgrade our weapons. We have enough to do both, but just one. Well, we have enough to just do one of either or nothing. I think I'm gonna... I'm just gonna not. Do you want to sell cargo tokens? Yes. The depot at Pludoka Outpost is full of eager traders and merchants willing to review your goods. Choose any number of cargo tokens from the ship hold to sell. Common and illegal cargo are in demand. You may sell no more than one illegal cargo token. Choose a player to work your trade deal. That chosen player must make a communication skills check. Well, we know who that's going to be. Well, I need to do really well on this one. So we get our +1 for communique. And then 1, 2... we're playing you. I can actually put you in. And it's a yellow and a blue, so I got 1, 2. That I need to shuffle, draw another card, and then I could draw one more. So far I've gotten 2. Good Lord, I need 8. Jeez. 3, 4. And then for this card, so 4, I can't beat that. Add 1 to your total for each cargo token being sold, and an additional +1 for each common and illegal cargo token being sold. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that doesn't beat it, so I'll just leave it as a 7. So +3 for the cargo, and the token makes 8. Yeah, it would make 8, but 8 is like, right, I need to make 9. I'll make 8 right here, but I need to make 9. And I can't make 9. Let me see about taking stress. Well, let me see about taking stress, because I might be able to. 10. I might be able to pull this off. Improving your skill deck, reputation, group checks. When a player is making a skill check after revealing cards, any other player may stress out to roll the chance die and add its result to the skill check. Any number of players may do this any number of times during a single skill check. When a player chooses to stress out, they gain a stress card, and they roll the die. So, I'm going to take a stress and roll the skill die to see how much more I get. Best is 2, but there's that 1 that I need. And there's a blank, so don't get it twisted. Ah! Fell off the table. Let's try this again. Woo! So that's 9. That's the 9 we're looking for. Alright.
You negotiate a deal that feels fair.
So it says return the chosen cargo tokens to the supply and gain +2 profit. Not per token, just +2 profit. So we sold these, and we gained 2 profit. We got 3. 3 to our 7.
Everybody ready? We should probably get on our way. Cena, we're heading back. Start warming up those engines.
Alright, so we can take one of these to work the ship. Oh, I didn't use my 3 here. 1, 2, 3. And then I would gain 4 more, going to 6. And that should get me where I need to go. Then we'll spend 1, 2, 3 to move to our mission. Which is a question mark. And it says, when this job is activated, place the waypoint ring on an anomaly. Travel to the chosen anomaly location, which we did. Step 2, travel to the chosen outpost location, which is back where we came from. So we completed step 1, and now step 2, we need to go to the chosen outpost location. So it would say anomaly. You arrive in a system where the mystery of outer space is even more mysterious than usual. Is there a waypoint ring at this job? Yes. Select the active job associated with the waypoint ring. This is escort the shipping barge. Draw a token from the bag and apply its effects. Oh, 1 threat. Threat meter goes to 1.
That's our barge at 23.5.
Thanks, Cena. Shipping barge, this is your escort, Zephyr. A hulking but friendly Golemar in a knit cap appears on Hollow.
My little friend, are we glad to see you. I'm Captain Smack. We're hauling a pretty big payload, but there's an anomalous field ahead that's doing a number on our sensors. Can't even tell quite how large it is.
Well, let's see if we can get you through. We'll go ahead and give you the all clear.
Our sensors are acting funny too, but I think I see the cause. The field appears to be a cluster of unknown particles. The particles are generating the field, but are also unable to break free of the field they generate.
Huh. Could be dangerous. Let's think of a solution.
Science and engineering must make a technical group skills check. That's me. So I gotta discard these. And we need a 6er. So, cool. 1, 2, 3. So we've got... I think when I draw these, I could discard this guy to put this guy in. And I need, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how you do it, people. That's how you do it.
Science and engineering work to recalibrate the ship to block the unknown particles. A difficult task as the ship's sensors barely register the particles as their.
We did it! Nice job, Spacers. It seems to be working. Particle saturation is now within acceptable range.
Engineering, which is me. Sorry, science and engineering, which is me, gains +1. Oh, and I lost this +1 for the other thing. Discard these. The first player chooses either science or engineering to dramatically shout and gain the catchphrase, "I'm suddenly confident." I'm suddenly confident! I'm invincible! So that's our catchphrase, I'm suddenly confident. So we got our catchphrase.
You open a channel to the barge.
Shipping barge, this is the Zephyr. I'm transferring over some shield frequency codes. You must recalibrate your shielding to these parameters in order to block the effects of the particle field ahead.
It's gonna be a problem, Zephyr. Our first attempt at entering the field badly injured several crew. We'll do our best, but the gal who would normally do this is still recovering. Can you talk us through it?
No. The first player may choose, so I need to do a communications check. You know who's going to do it, and I need blues, and I need 4. Okay. So you're going to do it. Communication gives you a +1, and then I got a 1 there. So 1 to who? That's the one I'm looking for. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right.
You talk a crew member on board the barge through the process, and they feel confident they got it. And seconds after the barge enters the fields, the comms squawk.
We did it! We've passed through the field intact. Thank you, Zephyr.
You're welcome, Smek. Happy to help. Also, if you'd like to fill out a quick customer satisfaction survey, we'd really appreciate it.
Nah, we're good.
Nah, just kidding, my friend. Smek?
They hung up.
That's awesome. Alright, so we gain a rep. We have 1 more rep to gain before we hit rank 1. Move the waypoint ring from the escort shipping barge to any outpost location on the galactic map. So it'll be that outpost station, which is right below us. Okay. And then we leave. You may gain a rest to work the ship. Nope, done. And then we're going to travel back to the ring. So we're going to do our travel from here, spending the other 3 to that locale. Now we're back on, what was that? 3 Probable Station? Alright, so draw a token from the bag and then solve the waypoint ring. Alright. Token from the bag. Something else is busted. We're gonna put a bust. We're gonna put a bust on logistics. Yeah, because this. Yep, that's just a regular. Then we choose. Then waypoint. Yes. Escort the barge.
You watch as Captain Smek brings his transport into Cha Outpost. He sends his thanks over the comms.
Pleasure doing business with you. Stay safe, Captain.
You have completed escort barge. Return his job card to the job section and gain $3. Puts us at 6 profit. We're almost done, people. We're almost done. We got 1 more to go, and then we've got all the profit to pay off our ship. Pretty cool. We can spend some time at the station or take off. We will stay to resolve another waypoint ring. Let's do some more. I think this is the one with the place where we could eat, right? Yeah, visit the lounge. We're going to visit the lounge.
You join the crowd of mingling spacers and order a round of drinks. You can already tell this is a place of opportunity and danger.
Make a swagger check. We need blue and red for a total of 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play, gain a rep. Instead of discarding this card, you may return it to the catalog. If you do, fill in a scar. We will gain a rep, which we've unlocked rep 1, which gives us a card or a +1 card, and I think that comes from the... Yeah, that does. We gain 1 of these cards, or we gain... I'm going to gain this card. Acquire. Banish a skill card from your draw or discard pile. If from your draw pile, shuffle it. When we acquire, we gain +1 science. Play. Choose another skill card. You played this check. This card has all of its skills. Ooh, these are pretty cool. I gained this one. And then we draw, and we put a new one down. Cool. So we'll do... So that was from this, from the rank bonus. So we got rank 1. Plus, I only have 3. I could take a stress to try to get the 4th. Oh, I need 6. Ha! Yeah, there's no way I'm getting that. Fail. Hard fail.
You order up some drinks and grab a table for yourselves, and notice a drunken nerd annoying anyone unfortunate enough to make eye contact with him. He notices you and stumbles over.
Oi, what are you lot up to?
Minding our own business? How about you?
He makes a face like he's smelled something offensive and shuffles off. The spacers at the table next to you smile and raise their glasses. You while away half an hour, then head out to conclude your business.
All right, so a little cheeky. We add another one of those wrist tokens to the bag, and then next it. We don't have each player may resolve a crew service option from the sheet or a ship service option. Can we get fuel from a ship service option? We can repair. Yeah, so we're gonna spend 1, 2 to get rid of these 2. And then a crew service option. No, that's the gain. I could donate biomatter, which will give me +2. I could train, so we can have him train to do -1, and then we could get another card. I'm going to do this one as well. This acquire, like when I acquire, I have to banish cards. Sucks. Banish a skill card. Actually, that's not bad. Do I have like a single one? Yeah, that'll be perfect. So I'm going to acquire this one. This is going to be banished. And then it says, if from your draw pile, shuffle it. If from your... So it's discarded. So we're getting better cards, basically. We're deck building. Yeah, we're going to work the ship. We got $1 left to find. We're going to work the ship so we can get some fuel. Going up to 4. And that's it. Alright, let's fly. So this is done. I need to get down here. Because I'll have to go from here to Gesmora. Where's Gesmora? I don't even know where Gesmora is on this map. Beerus, Asteroid Belt, Adstrom, Niven, Tilona, Ferex, Remnants. Yeah, I don't even know where Gasmora is, and then to Serbi 4. Interesting. Huh. We're 1 away, man. And I'm so low on fuel. Let's go to the RA system. Spending 3. 321. And we've been here before. We're going to enter the system. Oh, we got to draw a token. Draw a token. There's so much risk in here, it's ridiculous. Uh-oh. Life support goes down 2 more. Uh-oh. Obi-Nobi. Alright. Then, we're going to travel. No, we can't travel. Shoot. Shoot. Yeah, we're going to... I'm having a fuel man. We need risk to work the ship. So risk to gain fuel. To spend fuel. Yeah, it's going to be a short game. To move here to 320. Draw a token. We've been to these locales. Ooh. Alright. Then there's no waypoint. Gain a science project. And I need to start working the ship to do that. Each player may remove a status from their draw or discard pile, then reshuffle. Gain a risk. I have to keep gaining risk to gain fuel. I can use life support, but no. 4, and then I'll spend 3. Good lord. Here. This is not good. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. That goes to open deep space. And outside deep space. Nope. Unease. Continue. Steal cargo. Oh, this is new.
A ship appears on the scanners.
It's a Class 2 robot security shipping freighter owned by Cargo Mart Inc.
Thank you, Sina. You look out the windows and spy the unmistakable Cargo Mart Yellow Sun logo. Doesn't concern us, really. Let's keep moving.
There's a priority message coming in from the Cargo Mart freighter.
Thank you, Sina. Let's hear it.
Have a nice day, Zephyr. And don't forget to take advantage of Cargo Mart's everyday low prices.
Everyone groans.
Oh, we should blast them just for that.
I should have attacked that ship. I don't need to gain risk for this, so done. We will move to the asteroid belt, the Argyn's belt.
You enter Argyn's belt, and Cookie gives a whistle.
Look at that now! Like giant chunks of cheese floating in space.
You observe the floating rocks and look back at the bot.
The asteroids are gray and brown. That's not what the cheese you serve us looks like, right?
Sure. Okay.
Oh boy. Not a waypoint. Unease.
The edge of the vast asteroid field, Argyn's Belt, is ahead of us. We'll need to pass through with caution.
Alright, so we need to do a pilot check. Trying to get 6. You're a pilot. We get +1 for the pilot. Reshuffle. And we're trying to get 6 blue or yellow, so we already have 1, 2. We have potential 2 success. We need 4. One, 2, 3. Sugar. So we got 1, and that's it. So we got 1, 2, 3, and we need 6. I can take a stress and roll the die. That's what I could do. I'm going to take a stress. 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yikes.
Everyone scrambles for safety as rocks glance off the hull.
You might try imagining the ship is your mother. Then perhaps you will strive harder not to bash it into asteroids. Meep, moop. Oh, good point, Patch. Spacer, I should ask first. Do you love your mother?
Shut up and let me concentrate! The ship groans and shudders as you begin evasive maneuvers, silently cursing your lack of experience.
Cool. Took her from the bag. Took her from the bag, and we're gonna die. Well, makes sense. We'll put that on operations.
You skim close to the surface of a particularly large rock and spot something on the surface. You guys see that? Cena, what the heck is that? Glistening from the bottom of a crater on the mountainous surface is a towering structure of radiant gold.
No life forms detected. Of course, that doesn't mean it's safe, but it might be worth exploring.
Yeah. Yeah.
You bring the ship in and gently land on the asteroid, a feat that proves far easier than exiting a space dock. You talk amongst yourselves and decide to send a team of 3 to investigate.
Okay, the first player must choose 2 other players. Together, the first player and the 2 other chosen players must make a plan group roll. We need 5 successes. Alright, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5, but I still got to pull my 3. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Three of you don suits and enter the structure. Its golden door happily allows entrance. Okay, we're inside. Looks like an ancient observatory. Cena, are you seeing this? What do you make of it? Everyone else crowds around the Zephyr's holofeed to watch. On a pedestal in an enormous domed room is a strange cylindrical object, black at one end and copper-colored at the other. Both ends are wide and heavy, as if the center part is some kind of handle. It has an ancient inscription on the side. Cena, can you decipher?
It's very old. The language is lost to time, but my language banks have found several modern languages that seem to have similar roots. I cannot translate the words perfectly, but they seem to mean shaking and heavy.
One of you grabs hold of the cylindrical object in its middle. It is heavy even in this gravity, and almost immediately it comes alive. It's sliding back and forth in my grip, hard to hang on to. Gods, every muscle in my arm is straining. We're returning to the ship now.
We gain a rep and another thingy. So we're at a scrub duster. We're no longer a greenhorn. And it says that we gain a science project. I'm assuming it can stack. I don't know. Maybe they push each other. I don't know. All participants gain +1 rep, which I just did.
The ship lifts off the asteroid's surface and returns to its course.
Pass first player token, gain a wrist to travel. If the special devices stack is undamaged and it contains the pirate signal special device card, instead of moving along a space lane, you may move to any other belt location. Oh, wow. That would be beyond helpful, but that's not where we are. Yeah, I wonder what that does. I think that's what happens after you discover Once you... Oop, wrong thing. Once you move this up here and you reveal it, that's what it does. I think that's when you read what it does. Let me see. Science. Each time science performs a research action, they may choose one science project token to start the track and move it up one space. When the science project reaches the top space of the research track, turn that space project token over and reveal it. Enter the code in the app and return it face down to the supply. Alright, we got 3 more to burn, right? So let's burn this last 3. Get ourselves here to our destination of the Scion Nebula 326.
The singular, scintillating beauty of the massive expanse known as the Scion Nebula is unmistakable. But it is even more well known for its inhospitable nature.
Draw a token from the bag. Increase this by 1. Entering Scion Nebula will take you to the mini-map within the location book. A mini-map functions just like the Galactic Star Map, but offers additional work the ship actions listed on its page. If you enter, you will not be able to travel to the Galactic Star Map until instructed. Do you wish to enter? Yes. Take us in, Senna. And yes, there is a waypoint here. The crap job.
You enter the clouds of swirling prismatic beauty. The light streaming in through the viewports cast everything on the bridge in an orange-pink glow.
This place is so beautiful, but you can feel the danger that's here. Indeed, the Scion Nebula is home to energy storms that can surprise and cripple a ship. The gas mites that live here are already nibbling on our hull, and there have also been reports of 4X forces attacking lone vessels.
You have heard of the 4X, but know little about them.
Sina, aren't the 4X a little far from home? Yes, but so are we.
Good point.
Pass first player token to the left. Turn to page 7 in the location book. Move the Zephyr standee from the Galactic Star Map to the unlabeled starting space, which is here on the map. Move the waypoint ring from the crap job to the Gizmora cluster. Here. Yep. Move any other waypoint rings from the Scion Nebula 326. Oh, gotcha. To their appropriate location on the minimap. There isn't one. Okay.
The holoscreen crackles to life, and you see Octoff in his water tank, scrubbing his back with a brush.
Freshies. Miss Gilbert tells me you made it to the nebula. How's my ship? Sorry, how's your ship? Take it easy in there. The Scion Nebula is rough on vehicles, especially valuable antiques like yours. The Hyanthra breeding grounds are in a spot called Gasmora. Get there and get me some of that sweet poop. You hear?
He turns to someone off-screen.
Miss Gilbert, I need suds, pronto.
I don't know which is worse. Sweet poop? Or give me some of that sweet poop. The voice acting. Alright, well, we need to perform work the ship. So we're going to do that to gain some fuel. I wonder if ever... I need to look that up. I'm probably making that hard on myself. Work the ship 12. 12. Working the ship. I'm probably making that hard on myself. Each ship station board has 3 work the station actions listed on it. When players are directed to work the ship, usually right before traveling on a map, each player may choose and resolve 1 work the ship action for each station they control. I thought so. So I did gaining fuel. You're going to hit me up with some research. Oof. Yep, because that just costs 1 to advance the project 1. And then you're going to plot course. Flip this token. Flip this token to return a token drawn from the travel bag to the bag and draw again. Alright, cool. Now, we're going to spend our 3 to move here. And we're traveling to the belt 329.
You enter a pocket of the nebula where the shimmering gases are reduced, making it look like you are passing through a glimmering bubble.
There's no waypoint ring. Draw a token from the bag and apply its effects. If action 01 is locked, remove 1 lock. If Zephyr shares a location with the grave port... Okay, so none of those are mine. Okay. Alright, so we just need to pull 1 from the bag and we can throw it back if it's bad. It's bad, throw it back. Doesn't matter. So this, and then that'll flip back over. Okay. And that's that. We don't have these other things to do.
All is quiet amid the beautiful veil.
Who's up for a friendly game of Slocum? Hey, mateys? I've got a fair number of ignorant turnips to wager.
Cookie, those turnips aren't yours. They're part of the ship's supply. If you want to gamble something, it has to be something you own.
Gah, no one wants me dust bunnies.
He clomps off angrily.
Alright, we're going to stay on the map. We do need to work the ship again. Keep hitting the wrong button there. So, risk tokens aplenty. We're going to gain 1, 2, 3. You are going to spend 1 supply to move here to reveal. And then you... We're going to make a repair check. One, two. Oh, stress and injured. So play, gain a rep. And we gain +1 for this. And we need eyes and brains. So we got 1. Crap. We just got 1 because it's him testing. So we gain another injury card. Not going well for our crew. These get discarded. And we'll return this to the catalog to gain a scar. So I gain my first scar, which will give me an auto red. I failed. Yep, nothing happens. Then we are done, and we discovered this science, which is 351.
You've constructed Vorpal cells to inject a highly concentrated additive into the ship's reactor. It probably won't even kill you.
Probably. Science gains +1 rep. So I gain another rep. Engineering may place this token on the engineering board. Sure. This token can be used to gain 7 power at any time. Once used, return this face down to the pile. Now that is fantastic news because I'm going to use it right now to go to 11 power. Cool. We should be able to get to where we're going to now. And we're going to travel to Serby 4 Station, which is 331.
Sebri 4 is an old outpost originally built to act as a supply hub to other construction projects in the area. In time, the projects were cancelled, but the outpost remained. It is now the only beacon of civilization in the Scion Nebula.
Draw a token. There's got to be something other than red in here. Nope. Probably not. Yeah, there's other tokens in there. I'm just pulling reds. Okay, if action 3 is not locked, draw an additional card. If action 3 is locked, I don't know what that means. If Zephyr shares a location with a gray waypoint, is there a waypoint here? No. Shall we dock? No. We're going to travel. Let's keep moving on the map. And we are going to spend 1, 2, 3 to move here to go to 330.
We are now at the edge of Gasmora.
Alright, so we got to pull a token from the bag. Come on, not red. Come on! I said not red. Alright, there is... do you wish to enter or keep traveling? Enter. Is there a waypoint? Yes. The crop job.
Out the viewport, you get your first sight of Gasmora. Energy storms flicker and pulse through, creating an ever-changing iridescent spectacle.
Sina, what's creating this sparkle effect?
Light passing through gas mites creates the shimmer.
Look over there!
In the distance, you see a majestic hyanthra, fins spread, drifting gracefully through the Gasmora. Electromagnetic energy crackles down the length of the beast's flank. Next to it is a much smaller hyanthra calf.
Meep,
What's that, Patch?
moop, meep.
Sina cuts in.
Don't worry, Patch. The crew isn't going to harm any of the Hyanthra. Isn't that right, Spacers?
Oh, sheesh! No one's shooting animals, Patch!
The holofeed flickers and Octov comes into view.
Howdy, Freshies. I see you found Gasmora. Lovely. Now use your scanners to spot any Hyanthra dung floating around out there. Collect it with the Magna Beam and then take it to my collector, Chumley, on Sebri 4. And if you happen to spot any Forex, blast them, and I'll pay you a bonus.
Remove any gray waypoint rings and other tokens from the minimap. Move the Zephyr standee and all remaining waypoint rings from the minimap to the Scion location 326. Okay. So we're coming off the minimap. Remove the standee and all remaining waypoint rings back here. Turn to page 5 in the location book. Do action 1. Lock action 4. Place large blip A on sector 5. Set dial A to 10. Begin a round in the location book. Okay. We can study the Hyantha, maneuver the ship, gather specimen, work the ship. We're going to work that ship. We're going to work it good. You are going to go up here, and you... Let's have you maneuver the ship, and you're going to work the ship. So, scan the area first, 145.
Let's find some poop to scoop.
It's probably not something you want to say out loud. Gain perk token and test the hunt skill check on yellow and purple, needing 5. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got the 5 I need, so I just need to draw 3. 1, 6, 7. 2, I'll gain a rep. 3 puts me way over the top. Way over the top.
You spot a decent-sized chunk of fecal matter floating nearby.
This seems so bad. So my catchphrase is, "Oh, I got this." You can gain the new catchphrase if you dramatically shout it to everyone at the table. "Oh, I got this!" Place an asteroid token on a sector matching the number of a section you control. Then place another on an adjacent section. Alright, so this will come off. I control... we'll do 1 and 6. Remove this token on action 1, and we are done. Alright, next one is maneuver the ship. So gain a perk token. Make a pilot skill check. And the right person doing it. So we'll gain another +1 for the pilot skill check. Then we flip our 3, 1. And we're looking for blue and red. So I have 3 right now. And I need 8. 8 would be fantastic. Oh, wow, what am I doing? Two, 3, and I need red and blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got it. We got it. Oop, wrong thing. So it says, place each token on a sector of your choice. Place each token on a sector of your choice and improve. So we will gain this. Do we have another 1 card? I'm going to banish this dude. He's not helping me. I'll gain that. Place each token... Each token of what? On a sector of your choice. Are you talking about scanning? I don't follow what that means. Resolve 1 work the ship action for each station you control. So we'll gain 4 going to 9. We'll spend 2 power to add an all clear. Yeah, we'll spend 2 power to add an all clear to the bag. And you'll gain 1 supply. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Maneuver the ship. Place each token on a sector of your choice. What tokens? There must be a typo in that book, because that makes no sense. End the round, 148. I'm not going to break my brain on it. We're just screwing around today. Action 4 is locked. Yes.
Slag gun blasts explode in front of the ship, and 2 small crafts zoom past.
Attention, Zephyr! We are the 4X, and this is Gazmora, and Gazmora is 4X. Leave at once or face extermination!
Who the helix are the 4X?
Exploration, exploitation, exhaustion, and, experience, perhaps? Extortion? I can't be bothered. Just know they're disagreeable. You have no choice but to flee or fight. Meep. Moop. Patch is right. The 4X have just fired a Starpoon into the Hyanthra, and it looks angry.
Angry indeed. You watch as one of the Hyanthra turns towards you, its fins shaking in a threat display. Then it slams into the side of the Zephyr, sending you reeling.
It thinks we attacked it.
Not going to be good. Draw 2 tokens from the bag and apply their effects to the player who operates the station controlling a large blip A, which is science. 1. Hull damage. 2. Oh no! Oh no! Uh-oh, 777 people. Unlock lower dial A to 3. I don't think this matters, but lower dial A to by 3. Unlock 4. Begin a new round in the location book. Well, we hit 777. Let's see if it lets me do it. Was this to be your 4th and final installment? No.
Octoph's glowering face appears on the hollow.
You're late, Freshies. I'm not running a charity here.
We ran into a few complications. Just give us a few days.
Oh, you precious little thing. That ain't how this works at all. Y'all have until the end of the day. I don't care if you have to sell your souls. Just give me that credit. Miss Gilbert will have to reach out to you. I'm so mad my water's boiling.
Is job 094 the favor currently in the job section? No. No.
Mrs. Gilbert contacts you and asks if you took care of her little favor. When you sheepishly admit you haven't, the hollow goes dead.
Uh-oh.
The repo squad arrives without warning. Octoph, it seems, is only too happy to reclaim the ship after you already paid so much into it. Broke and shipless, you each exit the exciting lives of spacers. You find work where you can, but it's mundane stuff. After what Octoff does to your credit ratings, mundane is the best you can hope for. One by one, you drift away, going your separate ways, forever remembering what was and imagining what could have been. As for Sina and the Zephyr, well, they're fine. The galaxy is filled with freshies, one step away from going belly up, but full of unearned confidence and dreams.
This concludes your campaign. Wandering Galaxy has 3 campaigns and too many jobs to experience with just one playthrough. If you'd like to start a new campaign, you may pick from any of them. Follow these steps to reset the game. And then it looks like we're done. Huh. Huh. Hey, Steve. How are you liking this one? I like it. I like it. This is a good game to play with multiple people. That's what this is. This is a good game to play with multiple people. Solo's fun. Solo's fun, but it's definitely meant for multiple people. I know this is my first outing, so I didn't play perfect. But I enjoyed what I played. Like, for instance, when I did the work the ship, I should have taken 3 work the ship actions. 1 for the ones they controlled, and then 1 for me with the rest of the controls. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun playing this with others. Almost bought it to Gen Con this year for that reason. I have it. So yeah, I don't know if you have to. But yeah, this... I think how I order up this board will be different. Like, I need to have these 2 sections sectioned off, and then keep these with me, so that when we do a work the ship action, then I could do... Then I'll be able to focus on what those things are. But I started getting the hang of it. Science, I'm not too sure on. Like, if you gain another science, does this push this up? Like, I'm not sure. Does it stack? The science stack? Does it not stack? It's not really outlined in the rule book. We didn't do any combat. I could have done some hull repair. Because I had a lot of money. I could have repaired the hull. So the stuff that you can do that you didn't see me do, this is all about combat. So when I'm fighting, I get to do stuff with combat here. Engineering, of course, you know, with power and repairing the hull. Logistics is that stuff. Science stacks, I believe. It only moves forward when an ability tells you. Yeah, so I should have had a bunch of science stacking up. The operations, of course, is all about the profit. So I was 1 away from doing that, but the reds just kept coming and got me out. Unease stayed in the galactic struggle, and I used this once. So the game isn't complicated, and you can manage it as a solo player. And it is a lot of fun. The picking up poop. Someone at Plaid Hat Games has a 6th sense of humor. But it was fun. No, I had a good time with it. Would I play this again? Yeah, I'd play this again. I want to understand the rules a little bit more, but I'd play this again. So it's a fun game. I'll hang on to this one. This one was fun. It doesn't beat Dead of Winter for me. I still like Dead of Winter more. I wish Dead of Winter had story like this. I mean, it has the Crossroad cards, right? And that's what this app is supposed to mimic, the Crossroads. The Crossroad cards that you get. So it's... I don't know, personally, I still like Dead of Winter, like, above all the Crossroad games I've played so far, but this is fun. This is better than Freelancers. Boo, Dead of Winter. Did not like the goals in that one. I liked it. I like Dead of Winter solo. I'll say it like that. I like playing Dead of Winter solo. And yes, you can play it solo. But this one was fun. I really like this one. I'm going to hang on to this game. This game's fun. I'll have to bring it, Steve, for a Game of Palooza for you, me, and Kim to play. This ought to be interesting. Yeah, this will be a fun one to go through. The jokes are in there are pretty hilarious. I like it. Oh, don't bring it. You have it. Oh, I thought you said oh, did you say you bought it? You said you almost bought. Oh, you almost brought it to Gen Con, but you bought it. Okay, gotcha. All right, cool. Yeah, so I want to play it again with a group. You know, like at a Game of Palooza, we could play this again. This is fun. I'd like to see the ways that to mitigate a lot of this stuff. Some things didn't make sense, like maneuver the ship didn't make sense because it said place each token, but it didn't say what the tokens were. I don't know what they meant by that. Place each token. Is there a maneuver the ship action? See, that's the stuff that wasn't explained. And I was just kind of going through figuring this thing out as I played, but I don't know what that meant. I like Dead. It is my favorite. It is my favorite Crossroads game. It really is. It's a. I just like the worker placement aspect of it. I'm gonna have to do a play of that. I did a recorded series of a solo play of it. But I'll have to play it again. I really enjoyed Dead of Winter. All right, cool. We got to see this, so that works out. And we're back up at the top. So that is Wandering Galaxy. So this one will stay in the collection. Steve likes to make up the rules as he goes. Yeah, so that'll stay in the collection. But I still have more games to cull. Lots more games to cull. So more to be played to just get those out of the way. I also received the prototype. I wasn't expecting it, and I received the prototype. And I think another one's supposed to be coming because I got reached out to by one that I'm very interested in playing. I contacted the developers like the beginning of this year, and they were finally like, hey, yeah, if you're still interested, we're gonna send it to you. So I was like, sure. So I'll have some preview plays getting set up to go through some of that stuff of games that are coming up. One you do know and I'm very excited for, and one you might not know about, but I'm curious about. Give it a shot. So we'll see. And that's going to be all for today. I have something scheduled for Saturday, but I might push it off because Paul over at Gaming Rules is playing Don't Starve, and I'm beyond interested in that game. I love the IP. I'm a huge fan of the IP. So I'm going to probably see when his is going, push my stream off until after his is done, and then play then. So we'll see. Alright, that's going to be all for Wandering Galaxy. Thanks everybody for joining me. Thank you to my patrons, subscribers, and if you're neither coming out, thank you as well. I'm going to get out of here. Just know I love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Bye, everybody.